Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Bloons Tower Defense 6 with Kingdom Rush levels. So this is the Citadel, which is from the original edition of Kingdom Rush, and it is the 6th level in the main campaign, and it's been recreated by yours truly, Ultra Jason. Shout out to him, and make sure to go check out his map. The map code for playing it is right up here in this search bar, ZMYRLUB. And we're going to be going ahead and trying to beat this on Impoppable. The reason it's going to be on Impoppable is because I tried this on Chimps, and it literally is just... I'll fully admit I have a skill issue when it comes to this game. But, I mean, that's just... you can try it on Chimps yourself, okay? If you think that you can do it, great. I can't. We're going to go ahead and start with Adora. And we're going to see, can we beat this game on Impoppable? I will add some additional restrictions, however, because of the fact that we are playing on a slightly easier difficulty. The first of which is going to be no farming. So yeah, that's right. We basically have to play this like, you know, we have no farms. Also, Adora. Obviously we could put down a hero. However, what I would like to do is, yeah, do no farms, and basically no towers that give, like, extra money. So that's going to be, like, one of the few Chimps rules as far as, like, what we incorporate. I will leave double cash mode on, though, because, I mean, we have to have at least somewhat of a chance to even beat this level. I mean, I would say from just an aesthetic standpoint, this map looks absolutely amazing. And, yeah, I freaking love the artwork here. This is incredible stuff by Ultra Jason. As far as the towers are concerned, however, I really wish I could have restricted some of these as far as going into it. But I will tell you right now that there are going to be some tower restrictions that we're going to implement. So for the Archer class, basically I'm going to try and keep like the theme of like Kingdom Rush towers similar to what the towers from the original edition of Kingdom Rush were. So we've got to have an artillery tower, an archer tower, a mage, and then basically some kind of barracks, which unfortunately we don't really have anything as far as like barracks units that we can spawn on the path. All we can do is spawn in spikes from like the spike factory, which I guess you could argue are soldiers that will die by, you know, taking the enemies with them. However, I don't know if that's really fair per se, seeing as like, although you can technically quote unquote respawn troops in the sense that you keep respawning spikes, yeah, I don't think that's fair. So as far as like the different towers are concerned, so obviously we're gonna have the Dart Monkey be our archer class because he literally has a crossbow. If we click on him, yeah, he just becomes an archer at level 3, 4, and 5 on the bottom cross path. And then as far as the mage is concerned, well, we thankfully have a wizard monkey. Unfortunately, we don't have anything as far as like the purple rays from the level 4 tower. So to compensate for that, I will simply go up to maybe like tier 3 or 4 on the top path. No cross path for the middle cross path, but I will go 2 on the bottom, because I think that's fair. Mage should be able to see everybody. And then as far as artillery is concerned, I think either the mortar or the bomb shooter. The problem with either one of these is that, like, it's difficult because in the original edition of Kingdom Rush, you only have up to, like, level 3 artillery towers, and upgrading them just increases their damage, not anything else. They don't have any special abilities. So I think with that in mind, we'll probably go for something like, just say, bottom path for recursive cluster, and we'll probably go top cross path, since we don't get any really increased attack speed with the bomb towers from Kingdom Rush 1. So that's that. And I think with all of that being said, let's go ahead and actually get started. I think I've had enough of an introduction already. Again, would just like to say I am super impressed with this map. I don't know if I'm going to stick to like the rule of like placing towers in like the spots that they would be normally. So yeah, with that out of the way, let's just go ahead and get started. Adora here is going to have to go burr. And yeah, I presume the first like several waves are going to be pretty much a joke. But again, no income towers. I suppose if I really want this to be like Kingdom Rush, I could just keep auto start on, because there is no quote-unquote pausing technically. I mean, you can pause the game, obviously, but like as far as like waves getting called in are concerned, the only way to stop that actually from happening is to quote-unquote literally pause the game. So yeah, that is what we're going to run with. And again, like I said earlier, would just like to give a shout out to Ultra Jason, my man. He's super good as far as content creation is concerned. I don't know how often he uploads. I know he's kind of taking a bit of a break right now just because of things going on in life. But super cool guy. I've talked with him quite a bit. And yeah, definitely go check out his content. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get ourselves some frag bombs. I have a feeling we're going to need these later on. And as far as camo detection is going to be concerned, let's just go ahead and get the crossbow right now up and running. So yeah, I have a feeling we're just going to need crossbows in general. Maybe a crossbow master at the back would be nice. And then cluster bombs to kind of soften up the waves ahead of time. Would have been nice if we could see a boss spawn in from the bottom right. Something like perhaps Blunarius would be fitting, because obviously Blunarius can just spawn in additional units himself. Kind of like the little golem heads from the Juggernaut boss fight. Unfortunately, I don't think that is a thing that they have added yet or implemented yet for boss fights. Somebody correct me in the comment section, though, if I am wrong. And yeah, we're looking pretty good as far as like defense is concerned. Again, got to be very careful as far as what we upgrade and how we cross-path it. Again, with the bombs, I'm going to have to go cross-path for the top, and I'm just going to do that right now just so that I don't accidentally go for the wrong cross-path. And you'll notice that I went for the middle cross-path for the Archer Tower, and that is because when you upgrade them, they do get increased attack speed. They have a pretty fast attack speed in general. Okay. Getting a little scary here on round 15 with all of these pinks. That's A-okay by me. And so far, so good. Let's go ahead and get ourselves another bomb shooter. And we'll set these both on strong. I'm just going to go ahead and cross-path this right now. Pretty much, again, I have to, because if I don't, I'm worried that I will get the wrong thing. And we are going to be going for 100 rounds, so we'll see what our defense looks like. And as a bonus rule, I will try and make this as symmetrical as possible before round 100 hits. So if we can manage to somehow do that, that would be amazing. So yeah. But a lot of towers have just been ruled out just basically due to the nature of what they are, how they work. Like, yeah, I mean, I can't obviously use something like a boomerang tower. That just... I mean, you could argue in, like, Kingdom Hearts Vengeance that would work. Because of Gobblerangs, they have the projectiles that come back to them. But otherwise, that just really does not work. So, it is what it is, though. I'm pretty sure... I mean, heroes would have abilities, so we can still technically use Adora's abilities, I would argue. But with that being said... I mean, which abilities we use, I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's nothing equivalent to a Ball of Light from the original edition of Kingdom Rush, let alone the level 3. I guess level 3 would extend the range of other towers if you were using something like, say, King Dennis, but not the hero itself. I'm trying to think of a hero that even does that, and I can't think of one off the top of my head. Also, let's just go ahead and upgrade to Sharpshooter, and we will get ourselves a recursive cluster around about now. Gonna need to be a little bit careful about the Moab and where it's coming from on round 40. But so far, our defense is holding. And I will add on one other additional rule that, like, if we die on a round, we pretty much, like, would have to start all the way back from the beginning. So we'll see if we can just do this in one go and not have to, like, keep restarting. I'm actually kind of concerned. I wonder where the Moab is going to come from. Because depending on what route it takes, I kind of could be screwed. So yeah, I wonder how, like, the AI decides that kind of pathway. It'd be interesting to find that out. But so far, our double archer, double bomb defense is holding. And yeah, recursive cluster OP. That's all I gotta say. Especially against these rushes of pinks that are, like, super annoying. Yeah, they hit these choke points right here, which is actually perfect. And it's so good. Look at that cluster bomb. That's insane. Alright, I think it's time we finally go ahead and get ourselves a magic tower. And I think, yeah, once again, as I said before, I will go for this top path here. And cross-path it on the bottom. Again, the reason I'm going for this particular pathway is because the projectiles themselves are purple, which is kind of fitting with the theme of Kingdom Rush. It's not exactly blue. In that game, the projectiles at lower levels for the towers are normally blue, but when you get level 4, they turn purple. And it's not really a bolt of magic. It's actually an entire ray of magic. So, take that for what it's worth. Either way, though, going into round 40 here, this is going to be kind of scary. So let's quickly go ahead here and get ourselves a couple of these guys on strong. Yeah, pretty much everything's on strong except for the sharpshooters at the back. And we'll see if we got this in the bag. I'm a little concerned. I'm not going to lie. And I will go ahead and put down another crossbow, just because I can. And yeah, any second now, we should see the Moab. Where is it going to come from and where is it going? Okay, so already, here comes the Moab. Which way is it going? Okay, it's going around this side, which I guess is good. Yep, okay, perfect. There's nothing to be concerned about there. Arcane spikes are fine to get, but I don't think I'm gonna get anything else besides that. As far as, like, village or out buffs are concerned, I really don't see anything that, like, exists in Kingdom Rush, at least in the original edition, that gives those kinds of benefits. So we're gonna refrain from using those, unfortunately. Which means that come into, like, round 90 or whatever, this is actually going to get pretty difficult unless we have Crossbow Masters. Which, I mean, that's, like, one of the few Tier 5 towers that we can use based off of what we're doing here. Because, yeah, like, the Arcane Wizards, they have no fire. They have no, there's no, like, teleport feature either in this game, as far as, like, a magic tower that does that. So, that kind of sucks. We're going to have to make do with what we've got here. But so far, breezing through the 40s with little to no issue. And we have almost enough to get our first Crossbow Master, which I think is pretty good. Pretty good pace. We could sell some of the monkeys if we wanted to get it earlier. I also like the line of sight for the projectiles. It just kind of fires straight down the middle here. That's why I kind of put these towers where I did. My biggest concern, though, is, like I said, it's going to be like when DDTs show up. I don't doubt that we're going to have enough bad damage just based off of the towers that we're using here. I think we'll be okay. But rounds like 63 are going to be a problem for sure, even with the Crossbow Master. I mean, Crossbow Master, don't get me wrong, it's an amazing tower. Kind of sucks against round 63, though. But we'll see. At the rate we're going, I mean, shoot. Look how fast we're saving up here. We could also get an Arcane Spike here. Left side kind of struggling with Moab class balloons a little bit, but I don't think it will end up mattering all too terribly much. Regrows also do not seem to be a problem at this point, based off of just what we have. But yeah, this looks pretty good. Multiple Moab class balloons, no problem. We could hypothetically actually get Bomb Blitz. Again, though, I mean, we would be required to leak our one and only life, which is kind of the point of the challenge not to do. That's another thing, too. I kind of wish we could, like, set the number of lives here. That would be kind of nice for a challenge like this. You could set it to 20, like you would in any other normal Kingdom Rush level. And yeah, it is kind of cool. So, shout out again to Ultra Jason. If you guys would like to see more maps or, like, recreations of other Kingdom Rush maps, you could definitely try and build some yourself if you guys happen to have BTD6. And if you guys want me to play them, then yeah, go ahead, create the maps, send the map code to me, and I will be happy to showcase it on my channel. Give you guys a shout out. I will say, probably the best feature about the map editor that I like thus far is the fact that you can choose to block certain lines of sight and basically just set areas where, like, your towers cannot see or hit anything, which makes it a lot easier to make lore-accurate maps from, like, other games in this game. Now, as far as, like, making towers and tower restrictions concerned, you know, that would mimic those different games. That's a whole nother story, but it is what it is. Also, yeah, round 62. Looking very spicy here. Let's go ahead and get ourselves another bomb shooter. I have a feeling we're going to need it. I'll go ahead and cross-path it real quick so I don't get the wrong thing. And we will be on our merry way. So here we go. First of multiple round 63 waves. And as you guys can see, Recursive Cluster is still extremely overpowered because we just crushed that wave. Let's see. I might not even need it for this wave. We'll see. Dear God. Okay, yep. Turns out 2 tier 5s and some bomb shooters are more than enough to clean up here. We'll just go ahead and use Adora's ability for the final wave, and yep, that's a GG on that. Cluster bomb. I was gonna say something else, but gotta keep some videos somewhat family friendly, am I right? Speaking of which, I noticed YouTube just recently implemented this new thing. I don't know if anybody else is seeing it on their screens or not, but when you go to watch a video, if you have an ad blocker installed, it will now prompt you saying, hey, we think you're using an ad blocker, you know, please disable it. I mean, you can just click off of it and it'll still allow you to like watch whatever you're going to watch normally. But I still find it kind of funny that that was something that was implemented. A minor inconvenience, but one that doesn't ultimately prevent me from doing what I want all the same. So, if anybody else is having that particular issue, please let me know in the comment section below. I'd be very interested to hear. And yeah, so far we're looking very good. Again, though, I am just super concerned about the late game. The early game's fine. We'll see if we can somehow pull out a W here. I'm thinking it's about time we try and get perhaps another... Another mage. We'll go ahead and cross-path this on strong. Something else that I noticed that was a bug in Chimp's games on the map editor was that if you went to sell a tower, it would actually allow you to sell it. Now, you wouldn't get any money from selling said tower, so in some ways, it's still quote-unquote lore accurate as far as it being Chimp's is concerned. But I do find it kind of funny that you can still technically cheese the game by just selling towers that, like, say, well, if I accidentally put a tower in a bad spot and then I want to sell it, I can still do that. Whereas normally, I wouldn't be able to do that if it were Chimps, and I would have just screwed myself for the later game. I don't know if Ninja Kiba will ever patch that up or fix it, but I don't know. I'm just curious to see what everybody else thinks about it. Personally, I don't mind it as it is right now. I do think it's useful. And I think, all things considered, considering some of the maps that people have already made on other channels like ISAB or, you know... I don't know what really many other Bloons YouTubers besides ISAB, to be honest. I mean, I guess Super John Bombo. I don't know how much he's messed around with map editor. Also, holy crap, round 76 just got annihilated there. Beautiful. I'm really hoping these wizards and the crossbow masters can do some damage to the DDTs. Because we don't really have, like, any decamo. So, yeah. There is that. Maybe if we can't seem to beat the round, what we could do is try and go for, trying to think. I don't know. Maybe at that point I would have to allow the Spy Factory, just simply because it'd be one of the few things that could actually see and damage DDTs besides our tier 5 Dart Monkeys and the Wizards. But so far, round 78 proving to be trivial. Whoa! Okay. So they did get to the back of the line there. There was a lot of ceramics. But yeah, crossbow for its OP. Technically, Frontiers towers do exist now inside of Kingdom Rush 1 because of mods. If you guys haven't been up to date as far as what's been going on there, allow me to get you up to speed. Basically, there's been a number of Kingdom Rush mods that have been released over the past, I'll say several months, maybe even longer now, closer to maybe a year. And essentially, it means that we have pretty much any tower that we want from the first 3 games in any Kingdom Rush game. And it's pretty nice, because it means that we can do a lot more tests and comparisons as far as performance is concerned. Some people will always make the argument, well, you know, they're facing enemies that they wouldn't otherwise normally face. But at the end of the day, all those enemies still have the same mechanics, the same stats that you would see in any other Kingdom Rush game. And to that end, I think the comparisons can still be valid. Because in reality, if we really wanted to, we could just change enemy stats in whatever game we're testing, quote-unquote, to mimic the stats of enemies from other Kingdom Rush games. Or even just add games, or enemies from the other Kingdom Rush games in altogether. And just compare them both. So imagine comparing 2 of the same you know, different tests with different enemies from different Kingdom Rush games in the same Kingdom Rush game with 2 different towers, whether or not they're from the same Kingdom Rush game. I know that sounds kind of confusing, but long story short, TLDR, there's a lot more testing to be done. And there's some pretty creative content makers out there as far as like mods are concerned, who were able to come up with some pretty insane like new custom levels, custom heroes, really just custom everything. And it does seem like we are kind of struggling here, so I think it is about frogging time, ladies and gents. We are going to need to drop a couple more wizards. I almost just accidentally bought a tier 5. Whoops, that would have been embarrassing. I mean, to be fair, at least in Kingdom Rush, you can sell towers, and we're not playing on Chimps mode. So that is going to be something I will allow, absolutely. I'm just trying not to be too ridiculous with like all the different tower spots that we're using here. I'm trying to think if there was like any down here. I don't think there was. But on the off chance that I'm wrong, I'm going to put them here regardless. Again, being very careful. Technically, if I really wanted to be lore accurate to Kingdom Rush, I shouldn't upgrade these bomb shooters past like level 3. But I'm just doing level 4 because, well, as you guys can see here, yeah, otherwise we would just struggle to ceramics very heavily. But we'll see if we can just, like, make it through with just this defense, which would be kind of nice, I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, so far, our wizard and bomb shooter setup is OP. But here comes the first real test. This is where things are gonna get dicey. We're gonna have to start worrying about DDTs. And I hope that the mages are up to the task of beating these things. They can pop camo fortified leads that have regrow. But how about DDTs? Let's see. Can Adora's ability even target them? Nope, they can't. Thankfully, however, the crossbow masters seem to have gotten the job done quite nicely. Always nice to see. And so far, so good. I think perhaps another bomb shooter on each side is in order. I'll leave it on first, just because I can. And perhaps a couple more sharpshooters can't hurt. Oh, this is kind of looking scary, yeah. Although, yeah, I'd like to avoid getting too many mages, but I don't think we're going to have much of a choice in lieu of the DDTs. They're too strong. And I may have screwed myself here. I may have to sell some of these bomb shooters for around 95. We'll see. I'm just going to set all these magic monkeys on strong. I know these aren't even tower spots that technically exist inside Kingdom Rush 1, but, you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do to win. And, yeah, all things considered, I would say, like, the difficulty of this map, especially on, like, chimps, this is 100% like an expert map. The early game is just beyond asinine. It's so tricky. I don't know how the hell you're supposed to beat this. Ultra Jason said that he did it. I mean, the map's obviously verified, so he had to have beaten it. But he could have beaten it on a lower difficulty, so not to say or suggest that he's lying or anything, but I'm curious to see how he would have beaten this early game on chimps. Like, round 6 for me even is just a struggle. That's why I had to downgrade to impoppable. And surprisingly, it looks like 95, we were actually able to beat it. So if we can just get through fortified DDTs, we should be okay. And yeah, look at this. Wizards and bomb shooters holding down the fort. Bomb shooters OP, please nerf. Let's go ahead and put down a couple more, because we can. And also because we just have a crap ton of money. This is kind of getting ridiculous, folks. Kind of getting a little wee bit out of hand. But I do think we definitely need some archer support here in the back. These, sharpshooters are actually not too bad in terms of just DPS in general. 2 fortified ZOMGs, how are we going to do against them? They're taking a while to pop, and already kind of at the halfway point through the map, we'll go ahead and use Adora's level 3 ability. They got close to exiting. And the second one, still going strong. That was a close one. I think we lost some spikes back there. Very spooky. Maybe another mage is in order. Because I'm pretty sure, can he be upgraded so that Yes, okay, he can see, like, all the way to the back of the path. Definitely gonna want one of these. Oh, it's the dreaded round 98. Quick. We gotta get some more stuff. Yeah, because this is not gonna hold. Hold on. Let's go ahead and use Adora's level 3, whatchamacallit. And actually, let's go ahead and do the following. We'll get Adora maxed. Maybe even just max her out. Come on. Ain't no way. We got her to level 19. Increased attack range and increased damage to fortified balloons. Damn. Okay, wait for it, wait for it. Please tell me we can pop fortified DDTs. That is going to be so annoying if we can't. No! Oh, that's close. Ooh! Wow, we got all the way to 99. I know I said I would restart, but I really don't want to. So we're going to continue. I mean, if it was like any earlier than that, I would have unfortunately probably had to. But yeah, I mean, this is absolutely doable. Wow. Okay, we can actually upgrade Adora to level 20. I don't know if that's what we want to do. Let's just go ahead and perhaps get some additional mages. A lot of mages for this defense, I've noticed. A lot. But such is life, such is the sacrifices we have to make. Let's go ahead and use this real quick. Come on, please. We got to be able to kill this. Surely with the mages we have on screen right now, we should have enough popping power. Okay, that's a little better. Yep. Now here comes the problem. Friggin' BAD. Let's go ahead and get a crossbow master just like right here. Because we can afford to do that. We can sell this. I'll go ahead and sell... yeah, pretty much anything over here on the other side. This is all going to kind of be useless. And how many wizards do you think it'll take before we pop this sucker? Okay. Oh, wait, shoot. Okay. I accidentally got a tier 5. It's okay, though. It wasn't attacking anything. Even so, though, I mean, this freaking BAD is strong, man. It got all the way to the end. Okay, another continue. Hopefully this does not drain all my monkey money. Big Sag. Perhaps we need to relocate our towers a little bit. I'm just trying to think of like what will do the most like single target DPS while still leaving enough time to pop DDTs. Because yeah, that's going to be brutal. I feel like the wizards in the back are good. I really don't want to sell these crossbows, but I feel like I might have to. I don't know. This mage may as well go. He's just going to be useless most of the time. And as far as everything down here is concerned, yeah, we could definitely sell like this here. I wonder how much damage Bomb Blitz does compared to, like, something else. Man, I really just hope that, like... we could just pop this thing. I don't know. I feel like the recursive cluster is it's good cleanup, but like probably not the best for mob class balloons. So let's just do this. We'll get increased range. Yeah, I feel like this is the way to go. And let's get guided magic, arcane mastery, extra range, strong, and yeah, just I guess keep spamming some lower tier mages. I don't know what else to do. This is the best I think I can do, ladies and gents. If we have to, we'll try and sell some stuff and rebuy. Well, let's just go ahead here, see what happens. Dora's got a lot of pops already. This already looks pretty good. And yeah, look at her range. I think it's pretty much global. A lot of DPS here, come on. Surely we have to have enough to pop DDTs. Lose your engines, you stupid blimp. There we go. Okay, now the question, though, is... hold on, wait. Come on. Oh! You gotta be kidding me. Oh my god. So we popped the freaking BAD, but we did not manage to actually beat the insides. That's a little embarrassing. Okay. Let's, I guess, just do this. I don't know. Yeah, let's just do this. Oh, yeah. Here, make sure to use this early. Gotta get the crits off. And as soon as the DDTs come out, we'll go ahead and sack the bomb shooter. So let's just get that now. Just get that sacrifice up and running. Come on, Adora. I believe in you. Nice. And yeah, GG. So after 30 minutes of gameplay, we have finally managed to beat this map. Good stuff. Definitely like this map, and I will favorite it. As I said, guys, before, if you guys want to check this map out for yourselves, you're more than welcome to. I will put the map code in the comment section below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this YouTube video, and hopefully I will see you all in the next one. This is Pollux the Wise saying, peace out.